me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes YouTube.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
All right, you good people, you Dusty Jeffries and Dusty Jermaines, you Ashley Jeffries, what's going on? Punching the clock today, and we're gonna have a little fun, just a little fun. Nothing too serious. My homeboy, okay, Inglewood, whoop whoop, okay. Paul Pierce has got he's throwing his hat into the social media ring, and he's doing his little take on relationships. And we know old NBA guys are probably more black pill than red pill, but so we're gonna take a few of his shorts and we're gonna weigh in and make some comments on them, because some of the stuff is actually hilarious. So let's welcome some people and then we'll get into it. Have a little fun today. Adrix should be a great stream. Adrix #1. Okay. Okay. I said Roddy stealing second base. Okay. And I said Lavaris, the Waffle House King, is batting third. Luther is batting cleanup. Free agent Triple OG. Let's go. Quentin, what's going on? There's Toya with my apple. What's up? She got her boots on the ground, that's for sure. Jamal, what's happening? Indigo Flow. Eddie. Turtle Bitcoin. Got one thing to say to you, Turtle. Wagner. They started to come out admitting it now. Shannon Moore, what's happening? Kennard, what's happening? Martin Muhammad. Yikes, they got me today. Those buns in Walmart's had me distracted, and I missed the lineup. LAXT, what's happening? Matt Brennan, what's happening? Hurricane Greg, what's going on? Barry Little, one of my day ones, what's up? Trail, what's happening? AL, what up? Black Males, what's going on? Yeah, they squabbling out here. Snowman, what's up? Got checking in with the lineup card, yep. And Snowman, Paige Beckers is not the truth, okay? She is not, okay? I was looking at her. She's a decent player, but she's not the truth, okay? And so much for Caitlin Clark's replacement. Philip, what's happening? Micah L, what's going on? NPRG. King Street Brody, what's happening? Horowitz, what's going on? Mr. Goodbar, Dr. Goodbar, as they call him. What's up? There's my boy Don Calypso. Terry Folds, what's happening? D. Nomadic Crier, what's happening? Blues, not kinda blues, kinda. It's not quite. You should, by the beat, you should know what it is. It's beats all around. Everybody is dancing to it. So, Ignatz, what's happening? Tunnel Runner, what's up? Big Trick, I'm hitting my two-step to this old school groove. He just needs to look in his age on the dance floor. Them knees locking up, ain't they? I am a professional hater. No, the knees ain't locking up. The knees are pretty good, man. I'm surprised, because I played basketball when I was young, so I'm surprised I got knees. Bureau, what's happening? Duran, what's going on? Nate, what's up? What's going on, little Maple Leaf? What's up? What's going on, man? I see here your president's going off on Trump up there. And Howell, what's going on? Mr. Heat, appreciate you. Here's the Paul Pierce for being real. He's from Inglewood, man. If he had been like a foot shorter, he'd have been a gangster. Okay, he'd been a blood if he's had been like a foot shorter. Texas Marine, what's happening? Mr. Royce J, what's going on? Ray, Terry Folds, Eric O. Oh, Harvey, appreciate you, man. You made it. Yes, sir. Let's see what else we got. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Love Gun, what's going on, man? Pouring one for my man Smokey. Okay, what happened to Smokey? About the end of my rope, but I can't stop trying. I can't get okay. Oh yeah, well they coming for that money, man. Yeah, Trail says where them fans at? Yep. What's going on, Dead Set, my Black Pill brother? Dayron, what's going on? Shannon Green, share the light. Low value male. You can't get any lower than dust, man. Mel L, what's going on? There we go. All right. You got a surprise for I got a surprise for you? Okay. All right, we'll see. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. He's following Cosby. You'll post it when the last piece is working. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get the party started. Okay. I'm sure you guys probably have already heard. Okay. This is Paul Pierce, Truth After Dark. Okay. Well, I don't know if she's a mixed chick or Latina, but she ain't completely black. Okay. She ain't completely black. Let's see. And he's done. I'm picking the shorts. So there's a couple of them that I wanted to pick out. Let's see. Let's pick a good one. Let's see. Let's see. That was a good one. There's a couple of good ones. Okay, let's try this one. Giving versus receiving love as a provider. Number one, can you guys see this on the screen before we get started? Give me one if you guys can see this on the screen. Oh, here's a good one. Monogamy versus open relationships. This ought to be a good one. Let's try this one.
But the thing about it is do you feel like the monogamy then it makes the woman act a certain way? Like, for instance, if I know that you're open, I might stop giving you certain treatment. So I feel like men will be like, well, I'm just gonna be monogamous. They're really cheating, but they know the woman's gonna be devoted and give you all my love. So I'm just gonna say this because I know this is what she wants. Is that what it is? Because I'm trying to figure out for me. I'm asking for me. Okay. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
But yeah,
I will say, marriage, I'm not, we were talking off camera, like I'm not afraid. It's not out of the picture for me. I just think to your point, I want to be older.
Yeah.
Let me be
Why?
50, 55, maybe even 60.
Oh hell no!
Just because
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! He's saying it loud. Oh hell no!
Do you feel like you haven't got everything out of your system?
I don't think it's everything out. I just think I gotta watch. This shit's gonna go on every
this
blog
is
right
tough.
now if I say what it did.
He didn't want to say.
My ex, he had a homegirl.
I-
My ex, he had a homegirl, right? Married, just had a child. So one day she's like, oh, and I don't even care because he might watch this, he might see this. I don't care because I'm gonna say it. He had his homegirl. He was like, this is just my homegirl. One day he was like, babe, I got us tickets to the Rams game. I forgot the girl name. Wooty Woo gave us free tickets. I never met the girl. Me and my man, the girl, his homegirl, who's just his friend. She's married. She just had a baby. Guess what? She gave us free tickets to the Rams game. My intuition went up. And I was just like, why though? And he was like, you love to ruin a good thing. You're so negative. I'm just trying to do something nice for you. And all of this, right? We get to the game. He's texting her. I see her say, tell Azar I said hi. So I kind of put my guard down. I'm like, babe, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just tripping. 2 days later, we ordering food on the phone. See a text from the bitch. The bitch is talking about hey, like, I just been thinking about you. All flirts, all this. I said, oh, I'm telling.
That's nothing.
No.
I've been thinking about you.
No.
Okay, that's the homegirl.
No.
A dude can send your girl that text.
They were having sex.
How you know?
Because she said the way you fucked me and all this other stuff. And they were talking bad about me. She was talking bad about her husband and he was talking bad about me. So I told him, I looked him in his eye, I said, let me tell you something. I hope y'all are ready to leave each other for each other. I hope you're ready to raise that newborn because I'm about to call her husband and I'm telling on everybody, fuck both of y'all. Did I call the husband? No.
Damn.
I just want to scare him.
I'm going down, I'm taking everybody. This is bigger than Nino Brown.
I was ready to call the husband. I said I'm calling the husband because what I don't like is a bitch to play in my face. That's where really I have a problem.
That's the most insulting thing ever.
It is.
And number one, if you're doing, why are you doing? The thing is, why I don't understand, and this because I'm gonna listen to all my little cheating stories, okay? If you saying all that shit on the phone, how's your girl have access to your phone? And you talking shit about her and fucking another chick. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, ain't who hurt her. I mean, hey, the shit goes on. And said, how dumb can you be doing? What is it with you younger people? I'm not gonna say because she's not exactly young. With you younger people, man, y'all do all kind of criminal shit on the goddamn phone, texting each other, all kind of crap, man. Wait, what is that? Scrolling through the phone, they got to have this contact, okay? Back in the day, we never did that shit. You had a meet-up time. You actually had voice calls. If you're going to have a voice call on the phone or whatever, you walk outside or you call her before you in the car, before you go up into the house or something like that. You talk for 10, 15 minutes and y'all meet up. What is this texting back and forth and talking shit about each other, knowing that your ex is going to have access to your phone at some point? What is that? Well, just don't get married. Yeah, there's reasons you get. I don't think they were married. I think they were just dating, but or living together. I don't think they were married. Let's see. Let's pick out something good because he had some good stuff. Okay. Oh, this is the one. Okay, this is the one that everybody's talking about. Okay, the reason why NBA players date white chicks. This is the one that's gone viral. Okay.
What's the youngest to the oldest? Like, what's your range?
I would say I'm less and less interested in religion.
Let's see. Okay, we didn't get that. Let's try it again.
Why do you feel like men, especially NBA players, get with the white women? Is it because they're easy, quote unquote?
I got some theories, but I really want to hear it from him.
I do too. I want to hear it too.
I honestly think that maybe they appreciate maybe more and they apologize more.
Ooh, apology for a black woman is kryptonite, man. I may be, Out of all the women I've had, okay, maybe 6 times I've had a woman apologize to me about something that they did, say I'm sorry. Okay, and that was after a whole like months of wrangling. Okay, after the shit done died down and shit didn't go her way, yada yada yada. And months later, sometimes years later, they apologize. Oh, Carnicide Taco Tax, appreciate you, sincere. Well, I know why people cheat. Okay, women cheat too. The thing is, what I can't understand is um, why stuff like that goes on the phone. Because you know, at some point, uh, your ex or the woman that you're with is gonna check your phone. At some point, she's gonna check your phone. If there's a female name in it and it was a text that's something that's salacious, it's gonna be in there. I said, I've never heard the women in my family apologize for anything. It doesn't happen very often. I said, BGS IBMOR had to stitch to my grandma to get my mother to apologize. Oh, you had to appeal to the higher power, huh? And my last one would apologize, but want me to apologize with her. No, she can't sit in it by herself. Anyway, continuing. This is the one, man. This is the one that was going to make it around.
Listen, I'm scared. Hold on.
No.
Let's hold on.
I mean, you know.
I had an interview with
don't mind being held accountable.
I'm so scared of this, y'all, because I had an interview with Columbus Short, and I asked him this similar question, and he said something, and I got dragged for filth. I was on Breakfast Club, I was on Chivalry, I had death threats for so long from Black women because they said I laughed when he said that. So let me not laugh. I don't have nothing to do with this.
I mean, that's what I think.
I'm Black.
Know.
He don't know, though, because he dates Black women, period. So do not come for him, period. Do you feel like...
Hilarious. Well, that's the big one, okay? That is the big one. So I ever made my tape with it. I said, here's something. I've never slept with someone on the first date, which is something that I try not to do. I've done it a couple times, but I try not to do it for reasons, okay?
Never have I ever slept with someone on the first night.
Come on now. What are we talking about? You gotta take a drink.
I never slept with someone on the first
crazy.
night. I haven't. I told you that. So what's your question?
Never have I ever went down on somebody in the first night.
Oh,
take a drink. Taking a drink. Yeah, all right. I knew it was something fishy to this.
Oh boy, here we go. All right. I said, let's see. Oh, okay. What value can a woman bring to my life? Okay, that's a good one. I think I've heard this one.
What value can you bring to my life? If you are a man who's successful and you looking to settle down and you done been married, you done been engaged, you done did all of this, like, and you ask somebody what value you think you could bring to my life, they gonna get stuck. Like, it's gonna be a lot of like Beavis and Butthead type shit.
I can answer the question. I feel like as a woman, I'm very valuable because I'm going to create a space where you can be the best version of yourself.
Bullshit. There they go. Okay, this etheric stuff. Okay, nothing solid. I'm gonna create something. In other words, you're gonna cook clean, keep your mouth shut, and give sex on demand. Real simple, okay? All this etheric stuff, I'm going to create this, that, and the third. That's bullshit, okay? Nothing tangible. Nothing tangible. I don't think it's a hairhead. I think she's mixed with something. She says she's Black. She mixed with something, okay? She sounds like she mixed with Jewish.
I'm going to create a space where you can thrive. I'm going to create a space where I'll give you power so you can go out in the world and be the best version of yourself to handle these deals. I know that men fight war every day when they walk outside that door, whether it's at work, whether it's with different people, whether it's fighting for their respect. And guess what? When you come home, there's going to be a place where you can lay your head. When you come home, there's going to be a place that you can really sit down and have a safe space. I'm going to allow you to be vulnerable. I'm going to allow you to be open. I'm not going to throw it back in your face. I'm not going to use it against you. And at the end of the day, the things that I'm going to bring to you, I'm going to assess your needs before you have to ask me. I'm going to figure out what you need before it even
sounds like a personal assistant more than anything else, doesn't it?
becomes a question. I am going to watch your habits. I'm going to figure out how you move. I'm going to figure out the type of man.
So why you single? It's bullshit.
That you are. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to become that person that you need. Period, point blank. Because a lot of people say, oh, I bring this to the table and that to the table. You can bring steak and A5 Wagyu and this motherfucker is a vegan, okay? You bringing shit to the table that a motherfucker don't even need, okay? So I'm not going to tell you what I bring to the table. I'm going to figure out what the fuck you need and then I'm going to supply it.
She a ghetto girl, that's for sure. She a ghetto girl, that's for sure. Oh boy, let's see what else we got. Okay, see, Paul admits he couldn't get it up. Okay, let's try that one.
Most embarrassing probably was I couldn't get him up.
Now let me ask a question about not being able to get it up.
So I do. Is it on me or is it on her?
That's what I want to know. When a man can't get it up, which has never happened to me. Let's keep it real.
This happened to me one time.
But is it because of her? You wasn't feeling her? Be honest.
I was feeling her, but I don't know what happened today.
Were you drinking a lot?
You know what it is? And this is something Master Yao told me, okay? Because I could never figure it out, too, because it's happened to me a couple times. What he said was that your penis has intelligence, right? And high body count chicks can cause that to happen sometimes. Okay, in other words, a high body count chick, you ready, and all of a sudden it goes. Phew. That means she got that energy, that negative energy from all those bodies, and your dick picks up on that energy and it wilts. It won't go in. So no, hell no, not me today. Not today, buddy. Not me. And that's what happens. I could never figure that out, man. And basically, he told me that, and like he said that, in like just an offhand reply, man. He said if a chick has a high body count, sometimes your dick won't respond. I asked him why. He said it's because your sexual organs have intelligence, and it picks up on her energy. And she's got a lot of bodies, a lot of negative bodies, a lot of negative energy in her vagina. It'll go whoop. And there's some chicks, man, that just, they can be pretty as hell. They can be sexy and just, I don't feel anything. And the thing is, as soon as he said it, I knew he was right. Because every chick I ever had a problem with having sex with or having desire with, all had high body counts. Okay? Always had high body counts. It was always hard. It was always hard to get an erection for them. I had to really concentrate.
It wasn't none of that. Man. I mean, maybe she didn't do the necessary things that she needed to do to make sure that didn't happen.
Ooh, see, that scares me. I don't like that. Because it's like...
Okay, she's not black. What is she? She was asked the same question on the other show she used to be on. She fell out with her co-host. She's single because her mouth is real. Yeah, we can tell her mouth is bad. Okay, but what I'm saying is, if she's black, unless she's from the South, she ain't black. She looks like the way she sounds. She sounds Puerto Rican. That's what she sounds like. But you can say Puerto Ricans are black.
There's men who have like erectile dysfunction.
Maybe I was stressed though, I think that day, because I was young. This one I was young too. I was like 23, 24. I might have been stressing, thinking about something. I wasn't right, I don't think.
Because I don't want women to think like all of a sudden like you're not sexy enough, you're not doing enough, because some men have erectile dysfunction or some stuff going on to where they can't.
This definitely wasn't that. I ain't never had that.
So, but Master Yao said that, okay, that about that, okay. He actually did. He said that will cause it. And as soon as he said it, and I think back to the times that actually happened, okay, yeah. That was actually the problem. The problem was a high body count chick, and like I said, your penis knows, okay. Let's see. Let's try this one. Giving versus receiving. I think. Did we do this one already? Let's try it.
You said on the last podcast you did with
Jason. Right?
Jason Wilson.
Jason Wilson. You said, I don't know. I know how to give love, but I don't know how to receive it. I was like, ooh.
That's really deep, actually. Can you unpack
damn,
that?
can you? Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
because like this, how I took it. And before you go, as a guy who been a provider his whole life, who gave.
Yeah.
I felt that when he said that. Because we in a position to where we give to everybody.
Make sure everybody's good.
Make sure everybody good.
Make sure Christmas is great.
Man,
Thanksgiving
it's
is great.
all
Holidays
nuts.
are great.
Man, and you said
she sounded like a Jewish mom. That's what she sounded like. Good Lord, she teaches my organ is writing off this live broadcast. Hell, I'm in the shower before I roll out. Now, I wouldn't lie to you, big bro. This Klingon's hurting my ears more than my smacking. I heard that. So I don't know why he picked her, but she is loud. But I guess she brings the energy to the podcast. Let's see. Matt Barnes was right about to catch the Holy Ghost. Let's go ahead.
I have a relationship, I feel like, and I feel like I talk to him at times.
Explore it, though.
I don't go to church as much as some.
No, I ain't been to church in years. You don't have to go to church.
I want to go to church.
Okay,
I want to.
Like,
but I hate to be one of them of, now he wants to go to church.
No, it don't matter the timing of it.
But I say all that to say, like, I have a pastor up in Oakland that always sends every day. He sends me messages, and it's just Jay Valentine the other day. P asked, "You want to go to church with me on Sunday?" Like, things have been calling me to go do it. My ex was heavy into prayer and church, and it never necessarily rubbed off on me. You know what I mean? But I expected that we would go for Easter when we needed to go, but it was never something. Like I said, I grew up as someone that Sundays is for football, Sundays is for sports. That's how I grew up. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like there's been so many.
I said, mouth shut. Appreciate you, Lydell.
Many coincidences, like, okay, it's time for it to find and build that relationship, you know?
You're like, I don't want to be the motherfucker that went through something and now is going to church.
No.
But God,
She said motherfucker more than the dudes do. She's a dude. Yeah, that's one thing. Just like Pearl, she's a dude, okay? And you're right, she one of the guys. She's a dude. There ain't no lie.
God makes you go through a storm to get closer to him. You need a test. You need a test to have a testimony. So all of the stuff you're going through is pulling you towards God. You went through this scenario because God wants you to hear him. You are not listening. He brought you the woman that was praying. You were not connecting there. So he had to take it away so you can come back to him. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? And another big thing is, like P said, you don't have to be perfect. I feel like people have this idea of, like, I have to heal. I have to become this version of me. I have to do all these things. I have to get to this place. But at the end of the day, the thing is healing is this. Healing is crying.
Yeah, she's a dude. She's a dude. If you ever want to say when I call a woman a dude, okay? Even I'm not saying that she's homosexual or she's a stud or anything like that. The thing is, her energy is it's over the top masculine. She's a dude, okay? Just like Pearl. I call Pearl a dude, okay? She's a dude, okay? There's nothing feminine about her, okay? There's nothing feminine about her. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. Can exes reconcile co-parenting after divorce? Okay, this is a good one.
Like, this is the deal. Like, you coming off a situation, you were engaged, or you have been married.
I've been married.
And then you've been engaged. Again, y'all were together a number of years. and that broke off. Do you feel like there's a chance there can be some reconciliation?
Oh man, you guys, she's about to cuss me out if she sees this. She does not want me talking about her, so I'm gonna pass on that.
No, you can pass
respectfully,
on that.
because
that's respectful.
you know I want to stay and it's fresh and
because I love
and we have kids that watch. I mean, you got to think like we have babies together.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
we
what
have
I'm
a 6-year-old
saying.
and we have a 7-month-old.
One,
you know what I mean?
Like,
So
man, like this is the deal. Like you coming off a situation.
Yeah, he does. I think that must be the last one because I think he's got a couple. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. Okay. Monogamy versus open relationships. Here's a good one. She's more dude than Matt. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, she is more dude than Matt. Okay. And she's a dude. Okay. She might have a husband. Some chicks like that do have husbands. Believe it or not.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
But the thing about it is do you feel like the monogamy then it makes the woman act a certain way? Like for instance, if I know that you're open, I might stop giving you certain treatment. So I feel like men will be like, well, I'm just gonna be monogamous. They're really cheating, but they know the woman's gonna be devoted and give you all my love. So I'm just gonna say this because I know this is what she wants. Is that what it is? Because I'm trying to figure out for me. I'm asking for me.
That is true. Men will do that. Okay, women do it too. So it's not a one-way thing. That's the whole. Even if you cheat, that's the whole reason because men and women buy into that fantasy of monogamy. They really do. Even if they know it's probably not true, they buy into that fantasy of monogamy. And because that's the way you've been trained. And that's really, for men, that's what you're paying for. You're paying for monogamy. Because I know if my chick is not monogamous, at least to the point where she's embarrassed me, I'm not paying for that shit. Okay? I said, you better go give that other nigga the bill, okay? Yeah, he better split these bills. He's splitting the pussy. He better split these bills, okay? As my journey finished after baby talk. Let's see if I find a good one. Let's find us a good one. It's PRP therapy. So you can find something where she's not she's not talking. I said, okay, run red flags to green flags. See, I said, God is always there. God has a quiet frequency just here in mind. Blow it off while Lucifer voice is loud. God, got to remember, there is no separation between you and God. Okay, there is no separation. What did Jesus say? The kingdom of heaven is within you. Okay. As above, so below. As within, so without. Okay, there is no separation. Split these. Hey, I tell her in a heartbeat. Ex asked me, "What if I caught her cheating?" I said, the nigga split some bills. Okay, I ain't paying for it. And if you bring him into the house, he gets the deed. He gets the deed to the pussy. I'll give up the deed to the pussy in a heartbeat. I said, finding a perfect travel partner, okay? I said, what I found on his phone, okay?
Like.
All right, so this is what I want.
Okay, we get it somewhere.
I want a relationship. I want somebody I can do something with consistently. Like whether it's go eat, travel, don't complain. Like
you said what you want to do, not don't want. Okay, travel and
I don't only complain about stuff. I don't know.
Maybe not complaining, but constructive conversations. Maybe things that you can talk about to help grow the relationship.
Yeah, and then like
What do you want? So we're focused on what you want. We want someone
I
that can
want.
travel. Like,
All right, so
In other words, basically, and I know what he's talking about because he's a California kid, just like I'm a California kid, right? Okay. What he's talking about is you want, and I've had a couple of these, man. You know, one older, one younger, right? That can get in the freaking car, get on a plane, go someplace, and no matter what happens, happens. Okay. Most chicks, man, they gotta pack a whole bunch of shit. They gotta try to be comfortable. They gotta find what they like instead of just rolling with it. Okay. There's very few chicks that you can find that will actually roll with you and just roll with you without complaining. Hey, if the whole trip is all screwed up, we can laugh about it, okay? If it's wonderful, we can enjoy it and take pictures, all that kind of crap. But most chicks are not like that, okay? They can, even when the shit is good, they find shit to complain about. Okay, well, I didn't like the room. I don't like the maid service. The food, that food was nasty. Blah 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 blah. You have a sour face right in the middle of what you're doing, right? Okay, instead of just rolling with the experience. It's just an experience. You're going to have good ones and bad ones. So I know what he's talking about. It's called flow. The thing is, most chicks can't flow. Most women cannot flow. Most women have an idea of what they want in their head. And most women, when they're with you, they want you to actually entertain them. So I know what he's talking about. Let's see. Let's see. Matt Barnes is on this a lot. Good grief. Okay. I'm never going to be do the holes open door, holes the door, holes open. Okay, let me see what that is.
You know how she said she needs like kisses and hugs and stuff? Do you listen to that or do you fight that?
Right now, well, I've been fighting it.
Yeah, but why though?
Right now, I'm listening. Why?
You know what he told me the other day?
What?
I'm never gonna be no nigga to open no door. I'm like, excuse me.
I'm First just ain't all, that. I ain't grow up like that. I ain't open.
We ain't see that.
I ain't see that.
Was he always not opening doors?
No, he never did. Okay, but now I'm like,
you're starting to feel like
open the door. Nigga, I'm high power. What the fuck? I'm not a regular bitch.
If I open the door,
nobody's a regular bitch. Okay. Just the language alone. The thing is, you want to be treated like a lady, and what comes out of your mouth, I'm not a regular bitch. You see what comes out of her mouth? Okay? You want to be a hoe, but be treated like a lady. Oh, complaining is not a personality. Most of the women have nothing else to offer as far as personality. The complaints are annoying. I feel I'm doing labor already by grabbing your bag and setting a schedule instead of just walking up, put the hotel, and go where the wind blows. Yeah, well, that's true. But women always complain. Only open up doors for older folks and women of class. Yeah. Yep.
If you going through the restaurant,
she ain't no lady, but I ain't no regular bitch.
Are we going somewhere? Like, I'll open that door. Like, you know what I mean? She talking about the car door, having her get in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might be chasing us or something.
I got to get in this driver's seat.
Come on, bro.
See, that's what I'm on.
The hard thing that I will say with women is like, we want to be with a man who's rough around the edges and a little a little bit.
Yeah.
But then we want the man who opened doors. The man who opened doors is not that same nigga.
Exactly.
So it's
ain't the same nigga. She a dude. Yeah.
It's one that
most of these chicks are dudes, boy. You know, I'm starting to believe most of these black chicks are dudes masquerading as women.
Not open
like
the
you
doors
gotta pick and choose
either, but I do it. But like, this is my theory on that. Like, if we going into like a doorway or like a bank.
A bank.
I get it. No, I feel like we should open the door first and walk through it.
I got you.
Because what if somebody?
That's exactly what. That's exact. You know, like a lot of that stuff that's designed like the man walking in front and the woman 6 steps behind, that kind of stuff, which women learn not to like, okay? Or the man walking on the outside, the woman walking on the inside, or him opening the door, just what he just said, right? Is because of danger, okay? A man goes through the door first in case there's danger. Basically, and I saw this. It came to my mind because a few years ago, right? It was right. I think it was right during. I think it was during COVID, right? I was just at Jack in the Box, believe it or not, right? Walking through the parking lot and walking to the car, right? And this white dude was walking, okay. And I say, he's walking and scanning the area, right? And then like 10 steps behind him comes the white woman. And then I realized, okay, that's what the 6 steps behind is, right? Okay. If somebody's going to jump out and attack, it's going to attack him first. They'll give her a chance to run because she's six steps behind. Because if she's right next to him, guess what? They're going to get them both. So a lot of this opening the doors and this kind of courtly stuff is about protection. It's about the patriarchy that they say they don't like. They don't. That's when I realized, hold up, they don't recognize chivalry because they're men themselves. But overseas, dealing with upper classes, it works fine. Yeah, because you're trained. Okay, because you're trained.
You should be behind me.
Yes.
Because think about this.
Yeah. You know how she said she was
but he's exactly right. Okay, that's really what it's designed for. It's designed for protection. So in case there is danger, okay, in case there's a danger, the man is in front, and the woman's behind. If the man gets attacked, she has a chance to escape. Okay, Paul doesn't like women with nothing. I don't blame him. Let's try that one.
I'm glad you said that, because these girls who sit around all day and got no time to do nothing, they get on my goddamn nerves.
Don't date those girls.
Man, they get on my goddamn nerves because they ain't got nothing to do to worry about what you doing all day.
Yeah.
Because they ain't got nothing to do.
When a woman doesn't have
God.
anything to do, she'll be worried about what you got going on.
Oh
She
my
got too
God.
much time on her
I've been
hands.
saying this.
Yeah, she's checking for you
I've
too
been
much.
saying this for a
You gotta
minute
have
now.
a woman who has her own life about herself, because then you don't become.
That's what children are for. Okay, normally, you should, basically, for the most part, and this is something I learned. Okay, you shouldn't have no woman at home that you're not married to and you ain't got no kids. Okay, if you have children, basically the kids keep her more than busy enough because she's not going to be worried about you if there's kids at home. Okay, the family was not designed to have a house and a woman in a house by herself with nothing to do, right? Because she's supposed to have children. Children will keep her busy. And most guys that get married and the wife is bugging the shit out of him, he gets her pregnant because once she has a kid, she starts bothering him. We just said a bad word. I say bad words all the time, sir. You hear Paul and these group of people, okay? They from the hood, okay? They from the wood. Yeah, like Paul Pierce, he's a homie. So like he's from round the way, okay? So you hear me?
Become her life. When you become her life, every single thing that you do, now it's dictating her mood. Now she needs to know where you're at. Now her mood is up and down because you didn't text her back. If she has her own busy schedule in her own life, she's not going to feel that way because she understands, number one, that people can be busy and she respects your time. Because I want someone to respect my time.
I'm glad you said that.
Exactly. That's how come. That's how come a lot of guys said that if you're married, the first thing you want to do is get that chick pregnant so she'll have something to do. If not, she's going to worry the shit out of you, okay? Okay, here's one. The joy of why I love being single and the joy of freedom. Let's try that one.
Do you feel like you want to get married now because you're getting a little older, or
are
you lonely, or what?
No, I'm not lonely. I will say that. I will say that, like, I actually like enjoy being single, kind of like, because I just wake up to fresh air.
Dude, Martin, I tell you, okay, ain't nothing worse than a woman at home with nothing to do. Okay, that depends on you to make her happy. She'll bug the shit out of you. Ain't nothing worse. Okay, a busy woman is bad, but not as bad as a woman that ain't got shit on her hands, but nothing to do. Okay. You want a pain in the ass? Get a woman with nothing to do. and especially if she's entitled.
You know, like
So when you're in a relationship, the air ain't fresh no more.
sometimes,
In a
It's
relationship,
somebody
the air
else's
ain't
air.
like, man, when I
It's
stretch,
contaminated.
Yeah, for
man,
sure.
I stretch out in the bed.
Yeah.
Like, man, I might wake up. Like, I might go to Vegas tomorrow. Like, it feel good.
Ain't gotta tell
Man.
nobody where you at.
I
Man, I
want
ain't gotta
separate
check-
All
bedrooms.
that.
Paul and I
Man,
both want separate
I ain't gotta
bedrooms
check
with our
in.
relationship.
Separate
I don't
bedroom.
disagree with that at all.
I
No,
Do you feel like you
7 bedrooms ain't gonna work because she's still in the house. Okay. 7 bedrooms does not work because she's still in the house. Okay. If she's still in the house, she's still gonna fuck with you. Okay. Join us back on Fig LA Street. Okay. Oh boy, back on Fig. I know what this is gonna be about. Okay.
keep going, keep grinding, because y'all are an inspiration for us.
but I want y'all to
Thanks so
follow what
much.
we got going on because
Yeah.
we got
Back on Fig.
back
Safe
on
to
Fig.
say.
I'm gonna come on y'all shit.
Yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
come
sit
on
down.
through,
I'm gonna come sit
man.
down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
come sit
come
down
through,
with
man.
y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
We're gonna have
Damian
to talk
Lillard over
about.
there.
We're
We
gonna have
had
to
Matt.
talk about the navigation of these LA streets. I want to
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
through
that's
that.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
think that'll be.
Keep going, keep grinding, because y'all are an inspiration for us.
It's navigating them LA streets. Okay. All right. All right. Talk about back on Fig. I said when he say back on Fig, anybody from LA will know what he says. What back on Fig is. Okay. Okay. That's where everything happens when back on Fig, especially during the crack era. Everything happened on Figueroa. Okay. Said, oh my God, that's something that woman's voice makes me want to call the police in advance because her voice, man, I don't know. She's a dude, okay. If you've been around chicks that are dudes, what are kind of dudes, chicks that are dudes, okay, they sound like they're hoarse like that, okay. The chicks that are around a lot of dudes, they get hoarse like that. I don't know why. And you can. That's one reason where you can actually spot them. If they're hoarse like that, okay, they're dudes, okay, because they're around a lot of dudes. That's one way to spot one. Oh, here's a good one. Okay.
That's how I was. But then I started dating women with kids, and they were the most nurturing.
Yeah,
They were the sweetest.
for sure.
And then
Appreciative.
appreciative.
Yeah, for sure. I
And
can
all
see
of those girls have treated me amazing. I never
see
loved
that.
them, which is crazy. The only girl I ever loved probably treated me the worst of all the girls I dated.
Trauma. You're
And-
addicted to
What
chaos
was
and
it then?
emotion,
You was more
unavailability.
attracted to like the sex.
I'm not gonna even say it was the sex. I'm not gonna even say it was the sex. It was, I met her and I saw her as one type of person. I watched her evolution.
I will tell you this though.
I spent about
All
5,
right,
6
I got
years.
something for you. I got a
Okay.
bar for you.
Yeah.
Please share it.
Every relationship is based off sex. Period.
No,
Okay,
it's not.
elaborate.
Not,
That's how I was.
not necessarily. Not necessarily. A relationship is not based off sex. If you talk about a male-female relationship, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Depends. Okay. Most guys can't separate sex from relationships. In other words, they can't separate friendship from sex. I do it all the time because that keeps your ass out of trouble too. See what else we got. See why women drive men crazy. Surprising. Okay.
So we're gonna do an episode tonight, and we're gonna talk about why women got men fucked up. What are some things that y'all have seen women do that really got men fucked up?
All right. Wow, that's a good one. Well, I've just meet you or something, went out on a date,
Okay.
and then I'm like, I'm about to go to New York or something. I want to go.
That's a black woman. I want to go. And so let me clarify. It's not the sound of her voice. It's the talking at me energy that. And last time I checked, I'm a grown man, not in my mommy's house. It is the voice, really it is. Okay. Fig is the original Blade. All the strawberries. People in L.A. know. People in L.A. know. Okay.
We just met.
We just met. I want to go. Yeah, I heard that too. I'm going to New York. I want to go.
Because imagine if it was flipped, right? Imagine if you was with a man, he was like, "Oh, give me your ass." A bitch will lose their rabbit ass mind. It would be horrible. I could never ever deal with that. And me, I will be honest. I used to be very friendly, and I used to be out with my man, and I used to be chopping it. I wouldn't get numbers, I wouldn't get Instagrams, but I would be chopping it with different people. And my man at the time had to check me like, "Hey, yo, that ain't it."
I used to have to do that.
And I had to learn that because imagine if it was flipped.
Yeah, oh yeah. I told you she's like my daughter, really friendly, okay, and really outward, and talks to everybody, okay, and talks to everybody. And she does. She talks to everybody. But she's a dude though. That's what I'm saying. She's a dude. She did. I can tell she don't have very many female friends. Yeah, it's not her voice is deep. She's hoarse from screaming. Okay. Most chicks like that are loud and have a hoarse voice because they're around dudes all the time. They talk all the time. Let's see. Well, let's see. One more, and we're out of here. Okay. Because he said, I think I might check out some of his long form stuff.
Because right now it's giving red flags.
It is, right?
But I want to know.
I'll say the last Patreon was phenomenal. Thank you. Okay, appreciate that, Cubert. Yeah, because a lot of people are asking me about what's going on in Africa and Traore and stuff like that. And me and Dr. Marifa, and I think it was Turtle Bitcoin for about 2 hours actually broke the whole thing down. It's antecedents, where it comes from, why it's happening now, okay, as opposed to happening before, and why Traore is still alive, okay, because normally he wouldn't be. But there's reason for it. So if you really want to know about Traore, because I really don't want to talk about it here, especially in the open like this, go to my Patreon, pay the little $3, okay, and because the last 2 hours, me and Dr. Marif, who's an international lawyer from Kenya, so he knows this stuff inside and out. We're actually talking about this, so. A lot of stuff that say like Traore and stuff like that was going on in the continent with Burkina Faso and Central African Republic. We talked about that 2 years ago, even before it really got cracking. You said there was a possibility, and when it happened, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we actually said about it. I might go back and dig it up and piece it together, because we said a lot about it. But the thing is, I had predicted this back in 2005 or 6, especially 2007. So don't forget about caramel skin and big cans. Yeah, but she's something, she's not completely black.
Like my heart rate slow down to a calmness to where it's like, damn, that's refreshing.
Are you okay with, so there's the thing that they say, right? They say, don't find the firecracker, find the fireplace. A lot of people like the firecracker, which is what we talked about. It's the
crazy broad, okay? Yeah, crazy broad got good coochie, though. I like firecrackers.
Immediate chemistry, it's the intensity, it's the passion.
Yeah, that's those are thunderbolts, okay? Or near thunderbolts. There's two ways you get that. Either you get imprints or thunderbolts where it's immediate like that, okay? And those are red flags. Those are red flags. Normally your imprints will lie in, let's say if you're into astrology, your imprints will lie in your 5th house. So whatever sign is, whatever kind of sign energy is in that 5th house, that's usually where your imprints are. And I said, loud, loud. That's it. She's loud like my mama. I left her house and swore to her the last time me and her are under one roof again. She's either at my funeral or I'm at hers. I can't stand a loud woman. Yep. She's loud. Okay, but think she's a dude. I mean, you don't like dudes. Okay, and normally if a guy's gonna be with a chick like her, okay, or marry a chick like that, normally that chick is gonna be like his buddy. It's gonna be like his road dog that vibes with him. In other words, she it's not quite it's not quite a gay relationship, but it's pretty close. And normally guys that get with a chick like that is because they want their best friend, their road dog, their best buddy in a female form. Because some of your boys are gonna be loud like that. So normally, if you get with a chick like that, is because you're looking for your buddy in female form. She's Persian and black. Yeah, I knew she was something. Okay. They have already tried. They offered top security with 5 mil, but he turned it down. Oh, I mean, basically, okay. And I said this, okay. To go at Troy, you're gonna have to go up against the Russians. You're gonna have to go up against Wagner. Y'all, 5 mil is not enough to go against the Wagner group, okay? That just came out of Ukraine. If I'm him, I'm not doing it. It's not enough money. 5 mil is not enough. Plus, they probably already had eyes on him anyway. Got to remember, you're not just going against an African country. You're actually going against the Chinese and the Russians. But that is the secret. Oh, that was the chick. Okay. That's the one. That's the loud chick talking about that. Don't date if you're broke. Okay. I know. I recognize that voice. I just didn't recognize the body. No, that's that chick. Okay.
Like my heart rate slow down. That's a red flag.
Yes, I agree, and I've noticed that with men. That's why I've steered clear from celebrity guys because
So
I'm
it
like,
all depends on what you want because you can get all glossy eyed too, and you can see that little shiny toy is new, and it's like you become in a trance. You look into the light. And you forget who you are.
Yeah,
like that's what happens.
And I've been there as a younger
You forget
woman.
who you are. You forget about your morals and how you been because you see this. Oh damn, you getting what?
That's 100 octane. That's what happens. They look at shiny toys. Okay. Let's see. The octanescale.com or that is all right. Here's a surprise. The domain will take some time, but the IP address works. Okay. All right. Okay, good people. The octanescale.com. All right. Appreciate you. Yeah, China as well. That is the reason that nobody really even though there's so-called 18 attempts on his life, or coup attempts, okay? One, getting to him is going to be hard because he's very well protected. Two is, even if you do get him, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change the way things are rolling right now, okay? Even the passport bro saying the way that what's going on with the money, with the BRICS is changing the currency. So, for travel, check it. When you're going to travel anywhere, check your exchange rates before you bounce, okay? Because the exchange rates are actually going to really fluctuate because of what's going on right now till it stabilizes. Where can we find the videos you made 2 years ago on Burkina Faso? Basically, they're on Patreon and they're embedded inside inside one of my talks. I have to go find them. Okay, they're not standalones. There were just questions that were asked. Me and Dr. Reefer have been talking about this on and off for a while. We talked about that. We talked about Kenya. We talked about the Congo. Talked about South Africa. We talked about what's going on there. But basically, if you go back right around 2.5 years ago, especially with what was going on with the Ukraine, with what was going on with that, I knew that the African countries were actually going to break away. But that is a story for a different day. Appreciate you, Mookie. A person in Detroit, a person got shot in Detroit Tuesday about a woman. People better wake up. That happens all the time, boss. This is just another day in the ghetto.
But you know what it is too. The thing is, I've been working on myself,
Yeah.
building myself
Yeah.
back up first. You know, I've been healing.
Exactly.
You know, I think the right thing to do before you start trying to figure out if this is what you want to do as far as love or marriage or whatever, having a partner, you got to make sure you right. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't right and you going into it, it ain't gonna be right.
It's not.
You know,
That's
so
a
I've been
bar.
building myself up. I done been back in the gym. I've been locking in. I've been focused. I've been working. I've been just, I just been locked in. So now I'm like, all right, I'm back on my grind.
In other words, if you don't know what you want, then you can't pick the right quote unquote partner for you. Okay? No, I don't like that word partner. All right, good people. That's me punching the clock. It's just something fun to do, okay? Yeah, because Paul Pierce is the homie, and sometimes you don't realize exactly how loud that chick is, but now I recognize her voice. I said, damn, I said she sounded like the chick that used to be bigger, and it's the same chick, okay? In fact, she was the one that says if you're broke, don't date, okay? Because shorty gonna want a bottle of water. And if you ain't got no extra cash, then yada, yada, yada. That was that chick, okay? Why does the political right Disney make movies, games, or art? Is Disney on the political right? Disney is normally on the political left, as it's defined. Most of the stuff that Disney made, maybe Walt Disney, when Walt Disney was there, he might have been more on the political right because he made the military films and shit like that. But Eisner is on the political left. You can see it reflected in the feminism and all the other kind of crap that they put out. Okay, he's part of the woke left. So now I don't know if that's because of money or what. The thing is, they have a very woke left female agenda in Disney right now, including sports, okay? I need you to send you the screenshot I sent Mr. Z. The partner next, LOL, the wife was not having it. Is it the wrong chick? Okay, maybe so, okay? I said I ain't waking up to that. I mean, okay, the only way, like I said, she's a dude, okay? And you have to like a chick like that. And there's some dudes that like chicks like that. Because, well, if you want a road dog for a chick, she's that woman. Because them kind of chicks like what you like. They like to dress up and go to football games and basketball games and eat hot dogs and all that kind of crap, right? Okay, they like that. Okay, they don't like that female highbrow stuff. Then she ain't the kind of one you take to a fine, that wants to go to a $300 restaurant, fine dining, and dab her corners of her mouth with a napkin. She ain't like that. She wanna, she wanna be in, she wanna go to the club in this section and drink the house drink and turn up. Okay, like a dude. She's a dude. Okay, she responds like a dude. Okay. So in other words, you ain't gonna offend her because she's gonna say motherfucker more than you do. So the thing is, can you tone her down? Yeah, she's a loud girl at the party. Yep, she's a dude. Okay, and some guys like that. Okay, some guys like that because they loud and they rough around the edges. Okay. Yeah, because I know quite a few guys that I know that married. That, I said, man, why you marry her? Because she's my buddy. That's his buddy, so he married his buddy. Anyhow, all right, good people. Thanks for the donations. Appreciate you. Okay. Any suggestions for tomorrow? Okay. Um, I could do politics. This was like a one-off because I just wanted to do Paul Pierce. I probably should have done more of his long-form stuff. But he had a lot of shorts I actually wanted to go through because he said some, they said some slick stuff. So, any suggestions for tomorrow? Put it in the comments section. Um, I would love to do Trey Ori, but I've done Trey Ori, and some of that stuff is kind of sensitive. I don't really want to do it in public. But if you want to hear that, man, the last 2 hours of my last live stream on my Patreon, you get a good dose of it. You get a really good dose of it. Okay. The stuff that's going on behind the scenes. I got one I'm trying to prepare. I just finished it. I'm gonna put part of it up on my Black Pill Gnostic page, and the other part has got to go to Rumble because I said I say some stuff that will get me in trouble with YouTube. So it's got to go on Rumble because I know YouTube is gonna give me a strike if I put it up there about a race war and why even though people male and females calls for this fight against white supremacy, a physical fight against white supremacy, why it's not going to work, and why it's more talk than it is action. Because I know it's not going to happen, and I know why it's not going to happen. Is because the situation is not bad enough for us to actually make it happen. Anyway, let's get out of here, and I will see you guys. Said a tech-based future, technology should be invested in studying. That is hard, okay? Tech-based future that you should be investing in. I'm gonna tell you this about tech-based futures, okay? Real quick, okay? If you ain't in the top 15%, man, you're gonna have to figure it out. You have to learn how to grind, okay? Because especially if they have to compete with the rest of the world, especially with low wages, they're gonna have to automate. They're already doing it, and with people like Trump and Musk and those kind of people, because all them techies are in office right now. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of automation. Okay, at a whole lot of places, all them robotic calls that you get, those cold callers. Okay, those are robots. Okay. You see a lot of that going on. A lot of your paperwork is going to be done by robots. Okay, so a lot of them females that's why they're losing their jobs. I think it was it Duolingo. They got rid of all their contractors, right? Is because AI will do an adequate job of interacting with people, and it's only going to get better. My Rumble name is Black Gnostic. When I uploaded, I'm gonna upload a portion of it to my Black Pill Gnostic page, and I'll put the link to the full video in the description. Okay. Normally I would want to, but basically I would want to do it on YouTube because you don't get paid for it with AdSense on Rumble. So basically, but the thing is, I know if I put this up, it's gonna get a strike. Tomorrow, the fight for resources in the Congo. We talked about the Congo maybe a month ago with Dr. Marifa. We may do it if maybe Friday if I decide to do it a little bit, but stuff like that. Talk about resources from the Congo. That's touchy. Okay, that's really touchy because you're dealing with real time on the ground. International players and international money, and that kind of crap can get you in trouble in a heartbeat if you say the wrong thing. So I don't like to put it out front facing, even though even though it's recorded on YouTube. But the thing is, I don't want it front facing where 10,000 people have access to it. Okay, I'd like to keep the circle kind of tight. So anything like that will be on on YouTube. Not on YouTube. It'll be on Patreon. They don't mind me doing it on Patreon because it limits the amount of people that can see it. But they don't want me to put it out there where anybody can stumble across it. They don't like that. So that's why I don't do it. So that I can literally make a bot to do 10 positions in one job with one brain in a cheap laptop. Yep. Some think that are repetitive can be done. And they were afraid that, okay, the thing is that robots don't consume and robots don't pay taxes. That's how come they were unwilling to actually unleash all this automation. But for them to compete, okay, for them to compete with the rest of the world, they're going to have to unleash this stuff. So get ready. Get ready. Crypto is a scam. We need real currencies. These technocrats are bad for reality. Okay, crypto's a scam. Paper money's a scam. Any fiat currency is a scam. The thing is just like anything else, right? All a currency is a trading vehicle from one thing to another, right? The reason that crypto cannot be a real currency is because it's not stable enough. Okay, they do have stable cryptocurrencies. They really do. There's some that peg their value 1-to-1 to $1 or to some kind of currencies. Those are more like currencies. They're stable. Okay, more cryptos are actually investment vehicles. Okay, it's like gambling. Crypto, it's like Bitcoin, stuff like that. It's like gambling. You can use it, but the thing is, that's not really what it's used for. It's for speculating. But if you speculate right, you can make money. Basically, gold. Most things even gold has to be backed by labor. Gold has to be backed by labor. Gold means nothing if you can't exchange it for something else. So any currency, that's why they call it a currency. It's an exchange medium. It's not the value itself. Gold doesn't mean anything by itself. It's what can it be exchanged for. Now, gold is the basis of basing currency on. That's because that is the bare metal. It used to be silver, but before the I want to say the 1700s. Okay. Gold used to be silver because all the manufacturing was done in China, and China wanted silver. So silver was much more valuable than gold back then. Anyhow, let's get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow.
What can I say? Mamba out.
Музыка Денис Шидер.